Hey guys, this is Peggy at Portraits by Peggy. Welcome back to part 2 of my presentation with my team networking group. In this video, I talk about what happens after I leave a photo shoot, and the question that made me laugh is, who is my worst client ever? So let's jump right in and watch the rest of this. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what happens. After we have an amazing session, we get tons of great shots, we have fun, then you go home and eat pizza or go get Starbucks or go to the movies. But I go home and I take all the images off of my camera, put it on my computer, immediately back it up on my external drive, and then I start editing. I go through really quick. Any closed eyes, or maybe I just don't like the way the light caught your eye, or it's a real quick process. It's like or dislike. It's really quick. I go through them, and then the ones that made it through the first cut, then I go put them into a program that softens all your lines, and depending on what kind of editing needs to be done now for a professional headshot, I'm going to do a little bit more editing around the eyes because I want your eyes to really pop and really be gripping, So I'm going to do a little bit more editing on that. And then I'm going to put it over into Photoshop, and I'm going to crop it. I'm going to do any little color correction or anything that needs to be done there. And then I'm going to save it. I'm going to save a big image that you can use for printing, and then I'm going to shrink it down to social media size, website size. Now that's a smaller image. It's easier for you to handle. You can put it on your phone. You can put it on your websites. When you can email it. It's a smaller image that's easy for anybody to handle. Not everybody has the computer that's you can open up a huge image and be successful at it. So that's the next step. And then I'm going to contact my client. I'm going to show you the portraits. You're going to pick out which ones you like. You're going to say, hey, what about this or what about that? And then I do my final touch-ups, and we're done. We get them printed. We get them out to you, whatever method is needed for that situation. So that was asked. What happens behind the scenes. So I kind of figure just a rule of thumb. If I'm shooting for an hour, I'm editing for an hour. Now that's not always the case. Sometimes it's less editing, sometimes it's more editing. But when I'm giving a bid or when I'm trying to budget my time to see what I have time to do, that's the rule of thumb. So for every hour I'm with you, I'm behind the scenes for another hour working on those before they get into your hands. So let me get my notes here. So can I make you look thinner? Yes. And I got some examples I'm going to pass around here in a minute, but I'm just going to leave that at yes. Of course I can. Anyway, so the worst client I've ever had. I'm fortunate. I really don't have bad clients. I really have amazing clients. I always have. I've been doing this for 26 years, and I mean, I really have great clients. Now, I have picky clients. I have high maintenance clients. But I don't really have, somebody that I can say, oh my God, Susan, when I took her, it's nothing like that. I think my worst type of client is the client that took a photography class, or Uncle Joe is a photographer, and so they know everything. So they don't want to trust me. And I've got a brilliant example of this. My daughter, my 11-year-old, a lot of you have met her, when she was 4, she was in kindergarten, and school pictures came back, and I was so excited because everyone knows that school pictures are glorified, overpriced mugshots, but they're still school pictures, and that's your kid, and you get excited about it. So she brings a packet home, I pull it out, and I go, Sammy, what the heck? The picture is her going, and I go, what happened? And she goes, he didn't do it right, and I told him. I told him, my mom is a photographer, and you are not doing it right, and he wouldn't listen to me. And I was like, you did not. And she goes, if he's not going to do it right, I'm not going to smile. That exactly, right there is my nightmare client, because that's people come in with that attitude. Well, My brother's a photographer, and he doesn't do it that way.
He'll do it for free.
Yeah, and he doesn't do it that way. And so, normally how I handle that is, I let them do it their way, and then I say, okay, my turn now. Now we're going to do it my way. Just kind of make a joke out of it, and soften the edges, and go ahead and work with it. But that is exactly my worst client right there. So I think I answered everyone's questions. Does anybody else have any more questions for me? No? We did it? Yay! All right. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please take a second and go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. It's free, and this way you won't miss any of my uploads. Also, leave a comment, and most importantly, share so all your friends can follow me too. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.